So far, we might edit it later. We got S tier. Roughly, this could probably just be like, you know, top of the meta pick right now or good everywhere. A would be like, yeah, you know, it's like it's good, but you know, we wouldn't say it's OP. B is kind of like, you know, map, you know, situational, but good here and there. C and D, we could have C and D, but if that's like too like spread thin, then we can just do one. And then Fa is that one TikTok sound where she's just absolute.
He like screams and it's like distorted.
It's like, yeah, it's like,
yeah, I know. What you're talking about.
I think we'll keep C and D for like, I guess, because like, yeah. So I'll start off because, you know, I've got like a watered down version of what I think is good. But obviously you guys just played in top competition, so you guys will have a better insight on some of this. So Ace, him being 3 armor, flashbangs. I'm gonna low-key have to give him like probably still just A because he doesn't have any soft breaching after that. What do y'all think?
I personally, I want to hear what Seth thinks. I think Ace is an S tier now because he can't be stopped by mute anymore. So.
Yeah, I think Ace is S. I actually think he's better now even, because the flashes are, at least at a pro level, flashes are kind of important because not a lot of operators have them. And yeah, the mute thing, I don't think it's like a huge deal, but obviously in pro league at least, a lot of people run mutes for walls and mutes in general like that, and now it won't affect it the same. Also, it's just the best gun in the game, so I think Ace is like kind of always S.
Shit, I'm all for it, bro. All right, alibi. Shit, that's a D tier probably. What do y'all think?
I would say like the highest that character could probably go is B, but yeah, like a C, or it's like a niche op, you know, like certain strats on a certain map, I could see her getting more value, but other than that, it's like that she doesn't really bring much utility.
I think it's like C or B because we actually play alibi like a little bit. So I'd probably say C just because you don't play it a lot, but obviously the gun is still really good on alibi, and especially with like Legion losing the shotgun.
Hey, chat, how's the volume, by the way?
The
Can you hear them good?
Can kind of make up for some stuff to where you can still run it and be okay. So I think it's like mid tier, kind of like C.
Okay, bet. I'm gonna put Amaru at B. She's been at B for a long time.
I think Amaru's fine. It's like obviously like a gimmick pick. Like when you're using it in coordination with like a bunch of other cheese, like you'll see like people run Ying or Lion or like Glaz with it all the time.
I turn
like
them up a bit.
I think it's really good when it's like in unison with, you know, other ops. I think by itself, it's obviously maybe not the strongest, but I doubt you're ever running like Amaru, just only Amaru, unless you're kind of trolling.
I agree. Aruni. Okay, so she's one of the only DMRs left, so I might have picked her up a bit. I'd say like A tier. Just think.
S for sure.
S.
Maybe the best defender.
I finally got Aruni right after all these years.
ACOG, well, it's DMR on defense. One of the only ACOGs on defense. Utility is actually useful unless it's bugging out like it happened in Munich where it was like doing random damage. And it has Barb. I think Aruni's just like, in my opinion, probably the best defender right now.
Damn, that's good. Yeah. All right, bet. Let's put Ash. Put Ash at A tier.
Yeah, I would say A or B. I think her utility solid.
Ash is, Ash is, obviously for ranked, I think Ash is probably S. I actually think the updates hurt Ash a little bit because with the like the electrification thing brought back, it's not as effective for like miras and things like that potentially, but yeah, I mean, in ranked, I think it's like obviously probably, I mean, it's just one of the best guns you have.
Wait, you can't Ash an electrified mirror anymore? Or is that always been a thing?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Unless we're just like bugged out when we play, it wasn't working.
Oh, really?
Well, I know you know how you can cade the castle barricades? I'm pretty sure with that change, they brought back how Ash cannot Ash anything that's electrified. So if that is the case, then Ash, you know, goes down a couple pegs. But if it's not, then obviously she's still really good.
Okay. All right. I'm putting Azami. Man, I'm going to take a wild shot S still.
Yeah. Azami, I would say, yeah, that's a crazy character.
It's one of the only ops in the game that can like literally change how you're playing it, because you can play positions you maybe wouldn't normally be able to, which just is always going to be really strong.
I love Azami. Bandit. Okay, so with Bandit, you know, with all the Heartbreakers being in meta, especially with Mew not denying, I think him and Cade definitely are a little bit more of a must pick. So I say an A.
Yeah, I think it gets banned a lot in Pro League. Obviously, I think that's mainly because it just helps people go faster to ban that in Cade. But it will get played when it's left up. Good gun, C4, like Bandit's still a good op. I think it's fine to not put it S.
Bet. Blackbeard, probably.
A or S.
Yeah, I'll put him at A for my pick, and I'll see what you guys think.
Well, it's kind of interesting because I don't think it's out yet, but they announced that they're nerfing the like limb damage thing that they put out, so it's going away. That will be like actually a pretty significant nerf to shields, because part of the problem that you had with limb damage being nerfed is like if you're shooting their legs or their feet, it'll take way more shots if they're like running at you on a shield, as opposed to like, you know, obviously just shooting them in the head. And now it'll
Chat is
be,
limb damage or W
you
or
know,
L.
essentially the same damage again. So I think when that comes out, all shields are going to be hit pretty hard by that. But yeah, Blackbeard on some maps, especially with the nades, like on Windows, is really like Cafe, for instance. Blackbeard's like insane.
Yeah. Okay, we'll put him at A tier with all that the limb damage shit now. I think with Blitz, I think Blitz is probably the best shield, right?
I would say Monty, but I think Blitz is still really, really good.
Yeah,
That's
it's map
my
dependent,
opinion.
I would say.
Map dependent?
I think
Okay.
it's the shields are all map dependent, because like I said, like Blackbeard's really good on like window maps, I think, because you can kind of nade and then get yourself in. Blitz is really good on like the quick play kind of maps, because you can kind of just jump and chase people around, like Skyscraper, for instance. You see a lot of like Blitz kind of plays. And Monty's where you can kind of, maybe you're doing more of like a full clear, you're taking it a bit slower, which is like, it could be like obviously Bank, Cafe are the two that come to mind, but yeah, I think A's fine.
Bet. All right. I never really been a big Brava player, but I feel like against a lot of traps, it could be good. A.
I think, yeah, I was gonna say, I think Brava's like a minimum A, top S. I'm looking at S as like there's only a finite amount of people that can be an S, and they're like, if you're an S pick, you're gonna be picked almost every round, if not the operator's banned.
Yeah.
But I would
Yeah,
think of Brava as like A.
It like, to what Richie was saying, if they're running a lot of shit that Brava can affect, so like let's say you're playing like a melusi aruni combo, or like a Maestro, I think it's obviously S. But if you're just like going into any random game, I think it's A. Like depending on bans, you could potentially turn Brava S, because like you could eliminate certain ops that then they're gonna, you know, they're gonna run melusi and things like that, which make it stronger. But yeah, I think like on a blink slate, it's probably not an S tier.
Bet. All right, Buck.
I think Buck is like an A tier. I would not say B. I would not say S. I feel like he's like middle of the pack. I think he's really good for soft breach. I think, you know, he has flashbangs, good gun. I mean, Sledge can do what he does and has nades, and then so can Ram. But like map dependent, or if Ram's banned, obviously Buck will go up or down. So I mean, I personally, I think Buck's a solid operator. I think it's A tier. I wouldn't say B, and I wouldn't say S.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Buck's good. It's like bottom A or high B to me. I think if you like, Buck to me is now mostly used if you're trying to do vert pressure the other way, so you're trying to go under to buck up. I don't think it's used as much now for like vert down, because like people play Ram a lot of the time. So I do think it's probably a bit site dependent, but it's still like obviously very useful, good weapons, like he was saying.
Okay, bet. Wait, would you guys say you're still using the C8 or the DMR on him? Or do you think it's personal preference?
For me, it depends if Azami's up, because both those guns are literally insane. So it's like, no Azami and I'm not playing kind of slow, I'll use the C8. If I'm playing slow and there's Azami, probably the DMR.
Bet. Yeah, I mean, speaking Capitao is going to have the new DMR. I don't think it will affect him. You think it's good?
I think that's the best character in the game. I think Cap is an S tier character.
Really? What about you, Super?
Yeah, he is pick
Yeah,
banned.
I think Cap's the best attacker. It just literally has everything you could need.
A gun
can bring a gun, can bring EMPs,
can openers if you need,
has fire, has smoke, can bring can openers, has multiple good weapons. Like it's honestly probably the most like full kitted out
upgraded
right
striker.
Yes, that's Superman.
Superman's nuts. All right, like castle. I mean, I don't think. Wait, what do you guys think about the electrification on the castle? Because you think that's going to do much, or is kind of just like?
I can see people messing around with it on maybe like a bank or cafe, but I don't think it's like a huge change.
Okay, let's put him at A tier, somewhat map dependent, but you could
I would probably
him.
put Castle in B with the ACOG gone. I think when it had ACOG, it was definitely S or A, but I don't think people are as comfortable playing like Castle Hollow, and I don't think the like electrification thing is like changes much to me.
All right. You agree with that, Richie?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Castle with the electrification, like if it's reverted, or what we mentioned, like with K, like you know, it's reverted to where Ash can't affect it, it'd be better. But yeah, I don't think Castle, like, he's a good op in certain strats, but most of the time you're playing without him now because he gets banned, at least in like Cafe it was, so you kind of used to playing without it. He's not as strong.
All right, let's put Cav at C. What do you think?
Cav in D.
That's your first, I'm about to say that might be your first flaw right there.
First of all,
I just don't really see.
I usually put her pretty low, but then I always have to end up putting it up a little bit. So I was like, I'm gonna take a wild shot.
It's like hard to make a case for that op being too useful, honestly.
Yeah.
You could make the argument be like, well, if you did get it, you know, you do get free wall hacks, but like the risk reward, like
I
most
think
of
in
the
a
time,
pro
you won't get
situation,
it.
most of the time you're not even like, even if you get the kill, you're probably not getting the interrogation. Like that's very, very rare. Like even the ability is almost just like pointless in a pro setting, at least.
Yo, is shit. They with the rat pack. Wow. Put her far for now. Clash. I'm gonna put her with the rework. Let me think. Shit, low key. I think I do see her a lot. Probably S against the shields too.
Yeah, I think she's. I would say like A. You could argue S, but I would say like A tier. I think Clash is solid. I think she's really annoying. I think depending on like the map, you'll pick her.
Yeah, I don't think Clash is any worse. I just think people are more used to playing against Clash, so you have a better idea of how to deal with her.
Deimos. Oh man. In my opinion, I'm gonna go far shot. I'm glazing Deimos.
I agree. No, I think Deimos.
Yeah, I think Deimos is the best entry up right now.
Obviously, it's for probably based on lower ranks, but when I saw the graph, I was surprised when Deimos win rate and pick rate was like mid. It was like
well, part of that.
Awful.
So part of that I think is because Deimos is played like every round. Like back in the day when Smoke was like played literally every round on defense, the win rate of Smoke was actually just like around 50% or so. But it's not because like Smoke is bad. It's because Smoke is played like 100% of the time. So like it just
DX, thank you for the prime.
I think that's kind of the case with Deimos is like.
Chat, where would y'all rank Deimos?
People are usually running it. Like it's very rare. I feel like that if you have it up, you don't use it as your entry.
All right, bet. Denari. Ooh, okay, hold up. Let me cook on this one. I feel like
growing
B.
on me a bit.
I think Denari is like an A tier operator personally. I think Denari is. It's really
like
good.
high B. It's like high B, low A to me. It is growing on me, so I can see it winding up in A. I think it's a bit situational, obviously, but I think like the trap and the shotgun being buffed like a little bit helps its play rate. So I think it's like high B, low A right now.
What would
with
be like
potential to keep moving up because I do think it's like I do find as time has passed, I found more uses for it for sure.
What would be like an example, a bomb set example where you would use him right now in Pro League?
I think Chalet,
Chalet.
Like the whole map, honestly, of Chalet, because at least in a pro setting, you're doing like more extensions. You're probably not just like full bunkering Chalet. It gives you more flexibility to kind of like one, you can make shotguns, and then you just have traps kind of protect yourself from like shield jumping on you.
Okay. Let's do Doc at a.
No ACOG, that shit's ass, bro.
He's butt, yeah.
That's below alibi. That's like a D to me. Like when Doc had the ACOG, you can make the case for bringing it because Doc has ACOG. Now there's like no case to bring it. Like it's just ass.
Question is, would you rather pick Thunderbird or Doc?
Doc.
I would take Doc, but I think they're both ass, so neither.
Yeah. Current shit and shit like.
Very well. Dokkaebi at A.
S.
Still S.
I don't think it's like even a question. I think it's the best lurker and probably the second best entry besides Deimos. If you can control the SMG-12.
Yeah, fair enough. Echo, let's put him at, let's say like low-key A or B. I'm put a soft B.
I'll be honest. I think on bank it's like an S. I think on every other map it's like C. No ACOG again. They took ACOG away. Like that shit. Like that shit matters because you're playing long range.
If he's C, I think Echo be a high C or like a B because I don't think Echo's that bad. But the issue with Echo is like it takes a player down. Like you have to actively be on the cam. So it's like he does give good info and he doesn't have an ACOG, so he can't be as aggressive with the angles. So I don't think like as you said like on bank super strong. You know he's able to deny a lot of the plants. But on I would say Cafe is also like pretty good. But other than that like I don't.
He's fine because I do think it's like situationally useful.
Okay. Let's do Ella. Let me think. Well. I guess you can kind of use them against shields, but I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of the recoil. Maybe I'm just ass though. Let's put
I think A is good for Ella.
Yeah,
people like running Ella for shields, and if you can get good with that gun, the gun's really good if you can get used to it.
Okay, bet. Fenrir, no more bailiff. Still A though.
I mean, I would put it in A based on the ops, like how we have it sorted. I do think that Fenrir is not played nearly as much because the pistol's gone.
What do you think, Richie?
Fenrir, yeah, I would say A. I wouldn't say anywhere S because there's no pistol, so you can't make the
It's
rotate.
closer to B than S for me now.
I would say a lower A, as because if you look at all those operators in A, like on defense, like I'd say L is better. I'd say bandits and Clash are better, obviously in their own way. Like they're not filling the same role, but yeah.
Put Fenrir just front of the list then. Think I actually love Finka a lot, but I'd say like a B.
Yeah, I would say Finka would be a B tier, middle of the pack, nothing like too crazy.
Flores, I'm not sure. I haven't watched much Pro League, but I'd say like a or B. Maybe it's just kind of more like dependent.
I think Flores basically is just with Brava because you're bringing one or the other depending on what's up a lot of the time, like what's available for the defense.
Yeah, true. Okay, Frost no more
like
ACOG.
No ACOG, and that gun's like. I will say when the limb damage thing comes back, it helps Frost because I think Frost was fucking like. Frost was pretty good for a while, and it like has gotten progressively worse. I think the limb damage can help because the gun itself is like shoots so slow.
All right, I'm okay with that. Fuse.
That's like
I would say like
C or B.
Yeah, depending on the map, like people use.
You can find uses
or like labs, but yeah, I wouldn't say it's like the greatest.
All right, bet. Glaz, probably A.
That's A drop. Yeah, I think that's A. I think you can argue. I think you can even argue S, but that's obviously like banned scenarios, and that's like more competitive play, not ranked. Me personally, I do not like playing against Glaz. I think Glaz is very strong, especially with right now a lot of teams that like they use him because even if you have Warden, you can just pull the Warden away or know where he's at, and then you can just use Glaz on this side of the map. So it's like not much counters for him.
Okay. Would you say there's any scenarios to use nades on Glaz?
Most of the time I don't think so. You can, like, it's not horrible.
If you have like, let's say you're bringing Capitao and smoke and you can't fit nades in the lineup on a different op, but you need it to like, I don't know, clear util or something, kind of the only case for me.
Okay.
But you have to bring smokes with Glaz, like you wouldn't just bring no smokes in Glaz, obviously that'd be fucking stupid.
All right, I feel like Goyo low, like minimum A, right?
Goyo's S. It's one of the best defenders for sure, especially TCSG. People of the DMRs now. Util's really good, can spread them across, waste time like all over the map. It's kind of a really important map, really important operator to kind of buy site time if you're like roaming around. So I think it's really strong.
Okay. Gridlock. Ooh, I think you guys play a lot of Gridlock, right? I'm gonna put her at A.
Yeah, I think Gridlock's pretty solid. I would say like she'd be A. Like I wouldn't say S. If you can argue high B, but I would say H because she has nades, she has a shotgun, flank watch ops, not bad, pretty solid.
Yeah, could be S on some maps too, like Cafe Bank, probably S, but overall A.
All right, now Grim no longer gets countered by mute. I'm putting that boy an S.
I think Grim is, I think
Grim's really annoying to play against.
Hibana, type 89, recoil above, doesn't have to reload as much. Claymores as much.
DMR,
but... Oh, and the DMR, so S?
S, yeah.
Yeah, I think she's really, really good.
Actually, it might be A because you can't bandit trick, or sorry, you can't do the hib trick now, so you can't make the full wall soft. That's like actually a huge nerf to hib because you used to be able to hib the top and bottom of the wall and make it soft. You can't do that anymore. So I think it's probably A because that's like it's not as strong as Ace or Thermite to me now with that.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, because even like with Mav too, Mav when we get to him, we'll go down a couple pegs just because before you can't do the cheat, the cheat way where it's super short, and now you have to be scared of the C4 again. As before, like it was super fast, you can get away without getting C4.
Yeah, I'd probably move hib down to A.
Okay, bet.
Like top of A, like
Iana,
C. Shit's ass.
Yeah,
I can't. There's just like no reason to play it.
Yeah, IQ. Okay, let me ask you guys this: like, a lot of people were comparing IQ and Thatcher, but in my opinion, I felt like the comparison wasn't as like accurate since IQ is more for like seeing distance or maybe destroying traps. I think Thatcher just disables them and all that. Would you say like she's effective at all?
Thatcher can spot them with the bazooka gun.
Yeah, if you scan them, like if you shoot your shot, then yeah, you can.
So even if you're not trying to deactivate the utils, Thatcher could still spot the util. So I mean, I think it's still A because IQ's like great gun, good. Like I think it's still like a good operator. But yeah, Thatcher does kind of do what IQ does in a different way.
Okay. Jackal, I heard doesn't get countered by mute anymore, but I still think he's like a B or C if you're trying to hunt down a vigil, right?
I feel like
like in ranked, it's probably a B. In comp, it's probably like C. Nobody's playing that shit, but I think it's still like on bigger maps. Like it's
former glory. That character is. I wish he was still good, but I don't think Jackal's solid anymore. Just because after they changed the tracks, where it's like you only get one. Like you get 5 of them, but it's only one, so it's like not as good.
Yeah, Jager's new pistol. Doesn't really matter though. I feel like in comp though, you just put an A for holding shit down.
I think Jager's like a low A because I don't think Jager's a bad op right now. I think he burns a lot of utility. Like after the Capitao change, where he can catch the bolts. I think that's very strong. And then the secondary pistol got changed. Like I don't really think that does much. Like it's a good pistol, yeah, but I don't think that would really change his like rate unless like his main gun got buffed, you know, like more damage or something like that. But I would say Jager's pretty solid at like certain strats.
Yeah, if we're sitting here saying how strong Capitao is, Jager's like a counter to Capitao, so obviously it's gonna be like pretty good.
Okay, Cade, yeah, this is a no-brainer. That's my like.
Best denial, TCSG is insane. C4, it's just a really good op.
I feel like a nerf might be coming to him soon, but hopefully not. Cali.
Just with Thatcher, it's like I feel like they're just trying to create more ways to counter. Than nerf it.
That's good. I like that. Cali S.
S. What the fuck?
You said S. I thought you said S for a second.
That's like C.
C.
I know people have played Cali. I just feel like it's almost being too cute. I just think it's like unnecessary a lot of the time.
Okay. Makes sense.
Capcan is C as well. So they should give Capcan a secondary shotgun.
Ooh, bailiff. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing the vision.
If Capcan had like a secondary shotgun, I think it gets.
Should Capcan get one? Yes or no, chat? Yeah, because they took his impacts away in Nitroso, so.
It'd be like just another like good like roam trap op to help.
Yeah, it makes no sense. A trapper has no C4 impacts.
Yeah, I was gonna say like whenever I play Capcan, sometimes I'm like, all right, I'm far off site, putting all my Capcans down, but then it's like, oh, I don't know I have no way to get back to site. All right, Legion,
I think Legion's like a high B, low A.
I think in ranked it's probably like still goated, but in comp play without the shotgun, it's hard to fit it into your lineup. That's like high, like top tier B.
Top tier B, okay, bet. Damn, he was S last season, not anymore. Lion,
I think Lion is like. I'm a big Lion fan. I think it's like low tier S, but I think most people would say A.
Yeah, I think Lion.
Because it has DMR, so it's like insane, has grenades. I think the like Lion util is really good for clearing, but I think most people probably say A.
All right, Maestro. I'm gonna put him like
I would say B.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you ban Brava or like dokkaebi or like a combo of that, I think it could make it like a lot stronger, obviously. But as long as Brava and Dok are up, it can go really bad against you.
Mav. All right, so Mav, you can still make the wall soft out of all of them, but it takes a little bit longer. He has grenades now, especially with Bandit. I feel like with Bandit and K being high, I'll put him a soft A.
I think it's A or S. Like on Clubhouse, I think it might be a S now. It's like if it wasn't before, because nades are like really useful. I think it's like high A with Hib, because there's not a lot of ops with nades a lot of the time, and now you don't necessarily have to like try to force a nade op. If you want them, you have them on Mav. So obviously also like insane gun on Mav.
Melusi, sheesh.
I think Melusi's like an A minimum.
A minimum, yeah.
I think she's very strong.
Impacts, shotgun, 4 banshees.
DP, yep.
Good gun.
Solid kid overall. She's really good at denying like any fast plays because she has 4 of those gadgets. So
yeah. Good on that super?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lucy's really strong.
Mira A. That is if she doesn't get banned. S?
Kind of with alibi and my thinking that it's one of the only ops that like literally changes stuff you can do on a map. Like if you have Mira, you can play it way differently than if you didn't.
And I see a lot of people still do that. Put in the Mira, like crouch and then open it and then throw a C4.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually a good point to why it's even stronger is like you can put it on walls and play impacts off of it or C4s and stuff. And it's like it's like very annoying. Monty's the best shield just because it's harder to counter the Monty, especially now with the nerf to like limb damage coming out. Monty obviously not as exposed.
I bet. Bozzy, shit. Mobile's not updating in a
Moz
minute.
Is like a B high, like low B, high C. I don't think Moz is that strong. I think like
I think like B is fine for Mozzie just because like I do think on a couple maps you can make the case it's pretty strong. Like he mentioned Cafe especially. You just Mozzie all the staircases at the beginning of the round every time. You're always gonna get like 1 or 2.
I bet. Mute with all of his fucking bro got rinsed. I think still like A or B maybe.
I think yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think he's like, I played a lot of Mute, and before I thought Mute was S tier, just because you brought him a lot of the time. Drone denial, wall denial, good kit. Now it's like, he still counters Deimos, he still counters Dokkaebi, he doesn't counter Lion, he doesn't counter Grim. Like, that's pretty, like, a big
not
nerf.
even
I would say,
Nomad.
like, what, like a low A?
I actually think he's probably B. I didn't even
B.
think about that, but losing the Grim counter makes it like way less playable in some situations. It doesn't have the same effect on walls now. And like, to be honest, I don't know that like, I feel like you'd bring other stuff over.
Hey, chat, what do y'all think? Where did y'all put Mute?
So, I don't know. I feel like it's B, but we'll see.
Nokk has DMR. I don't think really much change your gadget. A or B
It's
for
like-
lurk.
B probably. I think it's B, but I want to see it played because I do think it could have the potential to go up. It's
I
just
think
like,
Nokk's
I
gonna
haven't
be
seen a lot
A
of play
tier.
on it. Yeah,
I
I
think
think
Nokk
it
will
could
be-
be good now with the DMR.
That
but
DMR is gonna do wonders for her.
the ability is still like nerfed to what it once was. So to me, it's like a B, but it's like arrow going up. Like I could see by the end of the season it being like a really high played op. I kind of just need to see what people are doing with it.
You think Nokk's best like lurking early round or like late execute, or you think it's
Finding
both?
timings, like so essentially you want to pull one way and then maybe have a sight player on cams or something, and then you're playing the timing off of a pull to like just walk past it on Nokk. Or the other option is like you just make a really quick early entry somewhere and try to get into like a good spot early round and catch somebody off.
Bet. Nomad doesn't get countered by Mute anymore, but I'd say like A.
I think Nomad's probably
I think Nomad's still
S.
pretty good.
I think it's S. Because it's now a little bit better because Mute can't counter it, and it's a direct counter to like Clash.
Ooh,
People
yeah.
play Nomad on like almost every map. I think Nomad's really strong. And great gun obviously too.
Oryx, even in the shield meta, I'd say he's like B.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
for
think Oryx
setup.
is super
but-
strong. I think Oryx is like, I would say, yeah, B. I wouldn't say like a low B. I still think Oryx is not bad. You know, you can still use on some sides, like just 'cause the amount of like he can run through walls, make rotates, head shotgun, barbed wire. So he has a solid kit. But then like with his gadgets, like people know how to play against Oryx now, as opposed to where it was like before, it was like kind of a surprise.
I think a lot of time Oryx is played now just to try to find shotgun, like just a shooter with a gun, like border. You'll see a decent amount of Oryx.
Osa B.
I would say high B, low A. I would say more of a high B because I don't think Osa is actually a bad character at all. But it's just like again, depending on the strat, so it makes her more niche. Like you use her on like the range on layer, or like sometimes if you do a labs direct like basement, you can use her there.
It's hard to fit Osa in your lineup because you're bringing other like you would bring the other shields over Osa.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's like it's a B. I think you definitely can be useful, but you're still taking other things over it. So I think that automatically kind of knocks it down.
Pulse. I'm gonna put Pulse at
Pulse is A.
A. Okay.
At least in pro level with the switch pistol, which maybe isn't amazing. It's been played a fuck ton more because of the people just run the shotgun with Pulse, and then obviously it's giving you good info still. So I could see in ranked it being like Pulse being terrible, but in pro play it actually has the play rates like way up with the shotgun pistol combo.
Also helps when you have a Canadian on your team.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Ram. I'm gonna put Ram at B or fucking
I think
A.
Ram is S.
S.
Ram's the best op for vert now. Really good gun. You can kind of make you can find uses for Ram in almost every map, and it's like a great flex pick because you can bring flashes and stuff too. I think Ram's probably S.
What do you think, Richie?
I would think Ram is like, to me, A tier. I do think Ram's really good because not only do people use it for vert, but they also use it for rushes because you can throw your the boogie drone through the barricade, which makes it really fast. So it's like the same as like a shield vaulting a window. It's a little bit more clunky, but it's essentially like serves the same purpose. So no, I mean, yeah, Ram's a solid operator. I'd say that my only gripe with her is that she's slow because she's a 3 armor, but I mean, she gets more health. But no, I think Ram's really good. A, R, U, S. Like,
Think we should put her A.
my only thing is that like, if we have so many S ops, like, yeah, they're good. I'm just thinking how many ops are going to be in S tier, right?
Yeah, don't
'Cause
worry. We've done.
ideally-
You should have seen our tier list from like two seasons ago. We had at least half the list in S, I think.
Okay.
It was insane.
Yeah.
But that was a low. We were a low OD, but if we're not for sure
think
about it,
it's
we'll
fine.
put it A. Or do you want to leave it S?
It doesn't matter.
All right, bet. Aurora A.
Yeah, I'd say like high B, low A. She's not used
I would
everywhere,
probably
but
put
she's pretty
Aurora
solid.
B just because I don't think you're playing it a lot. It's like situational kind of. For me, like on A, I think you can the way I think about it is like you can make the case where you could run these ops on like any site basically. Like you can find a way to play it. For B, I think it's like lineup dependent a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So I think it, and then like S is obviously like this shit gets banned a lot, or you're probably playing it like 90% of the time.
Rook, self-revive, new C4 pistol.
Come on, put that shit with Doc down there. Put the big boys down there.
Oh man, I see two changes got him a whole tier up.
Yeah, it's the big boy group.
Weighing down the list. You agree with that, Richie?
Rook, yeah, I would say nothing high because that off is just not great.
I'm gonna hope they don't rework him. I think they should just leave him down there. It'd be a waste of a season if they rework them. Sense. I mean, I haven't watched Pro League in a long time, but I assume Sense like A tier.
Sense is A. Yeah, I think Sense is a bit better than Rora. I have more use for it. Nades.
Yo, chat, how many Rook mains do you think we pissed off in the chat right now?
Sense is pretty cool.
Actually, yeah, self-revive. Sentry's gonna go C or B probably, right?
Sentry.
I always forget. Is Sentry the defender or the attacker?
Defender. Like Sentry turret on defense and then Striker's attack.
So I will say this. In Pro League, I think Sentry is like an S tier op. I think in ranked, it's like probably B. But in Pro League, like Sentry, for instance, in Brazil, Sentry is the #1 most played op in Pro League.
Damn.
So I think depending on what you're doing, comp-wise, I think it's like SA. Ranked, it's definitely B because you're probably like nobody wants to play that shit.
Okay. Would you put A tier then? Middle?
Yeah, we can find like a middle ground between ranked and comp and do A, I think.
Someone asked, what's your like ideal loadout for Sentry?
Well, it kind of depends.
It depends on the map. That's what makes him so good, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it'll be like an
Shotgun
example on
great.
like any map.
I mean, a lot of the time you can fit a C4, but like say, I mean, if you really need to fit it in your, like say like Cafe, if you need barb and a shield, or if you want a C4 and barb, or if you need impacts, actually you don't need impacts because you have for the, say they like bring shields or they have OSA, you can then run impacts. So it all depends on like what you were doing.
Okay.
But I would say a lot of the time you're most likely going to bring a C4 barb or like C4 shield. I feel like you're going to have the C4 a lot of the time just because the C4 is a very strong gadget. If you have that and then whatever the secondary util needs to be. So like, oh, like we're missing barb. Can you get that for me? Or hey, we need a shield.
I think most people are running like barb,
like a BP.
and barb and like BP or barb C4 a lot of the time.
All right. Let's do scopus. B or C probably.
I think B. I think it's kind of one of those ops where like depending on your strat, you find a use for it. You probably wouldn't want to just be running scopus like for fun.
All right, sledge. Sledge 2-2 has the automatic pistol and grenades. A tier.
I probably put B because we put castle in B.
Ooh.
And that's like kind of the only reason you'd play sledge, I feel like, is to counter castle. And if we're just like thinking of the vert ops, I think like Ram's the best and then Buck, and we have them in A. And then I think sledge is probably like a tier below.
What makes you think that, or what would you say like Buck is better than sledge? Would you say it's like just being more safe or distance?
I think that, and you have more options because you could Buck down or up.
Yeah, you can't throw the hammer.
Obviously you can't, but sledge can deal with castle. So like, I mean, if castle's up, obviously sledge goes up in terms of you playing it, but I think primarily you probably would pick Buck or Ram over it.
Have you guys ever seen someone pick sledge to counter Clash?
Maybe
No.
a fucking moron.
I've never ever seen that.
How would you ever get close enough to the Clash to sledge? You would just get shot in the head.
It's curious. All right, let's do smoke at A tier.
I think smoke's A, yeah. Still obviously very useful, good time delay. Don't think it's like a must run like it once was, but very good, obviously.
Solis. Oh man, I've been loving Solis. I always play it a lot, but
I think Solis is back in S with the impacts.
Really?
It's just like Solis is just fucking annoying to play against. You always have like late round conditions. Shotgun, people prefer to run the shotgun with the SMG, so it's a good like roam pick because you can make rotates.
Smoke S, you tripping? Well, I think at this level everyone's pretty high, so mechanics, since people kind of know how to play around the smoke. All right, striker. I think we put the same as sentry.
I would put striker in B. I don't think it's
really?
as useful on attack as it is on defense. I feel like
Attack has a lot of the utility already, and the
you
broken
can
gadget.
fill the util. Where striker is really good, I think, is like, let's say you are a breach player and your team's doing a clear and you want to put direct.
I'll be honest, chat. Where'd y'all put striker here?
EMPs. You could bring EMPs and cans so you can EMP for yourself and then open the wall, which gives like some sight pressure. So I think that's like a really good way to use the op. But yeah, I think the defensive, I guess, recruit is more useful, like more useful, seen more.
Dude, I love the tachanka, but I know he's kind of booty. But I'd say B.
I think Tachanka like at worst is a B. I actually don't think he's as bad. It just the same thing with Echo is that it requires you to be on your utility. So you see him pick quite a bit on like bank basement.
It definitely
layer.
can be like an A or S level op depending on the map or like your strat. Like on lair for top side,
Chat, world jump with the tachanka.
Tachanka fuck ton and like double it up with smoke because you can deny both sides. Or like bank, obviously you can deny like the default plant with and double up with smoke. So I definitely think there are cases to where tachanka is super fucking strong, but it's like, yeah, you're not running that shit every round.
Bet. Highlight of the video, Thatcher rework. I'm gonna put him at.
I think he's S. I think that character is S. Personally.
All right, bro's got the thunder gun.
Yeah, I mean, Thatcher, like we said earlier, can kind of almost be an IQ for you because even if you're not disabling the electronic gadgets, Thatcher can spot it. Obviously, the ability of Thatcher is now better in terms of how you can use it, and there's more, like, you can, there's also more uses, or however you want to put it. Yeah, I think it... I'm interested to see how it ends up in pro play because so many teams do, like, Cade Bandit bans. I'm not sure if that will change, in which case, if you're banning that anyway, I don't know that you'd run Thatcher, but I'm interested to see if maybe that changes how teams are banning at all, which obviously is like kind of a remains to be seen, probably until SI.
I thought on the scanner, like if you're close to it, you have to use the EMP to like unlock. If you disable it, then you see what it is, right? Or it just comes up as like a circle.
I think it pings, like it doesn't necessarily show you what it is, but it pings locations, I thought. No?
Thatcher?
Oh, it does.
The way
Yeah,
it works
that's
is
really
like
good.
you'll see the dot, and then if you shoot the dot, it'll then tell you what the gadget is, and then it'll give you a timer of when the gadget comes back up. So like say you see a pulse scanner and you shoot that, you will then see that dot, and say it puts it away, you won't see it, and he pulls it back out, you'll see it again, and the ring around until when you could
yeah, so I think if you're a smart player, without using it, you can kind of tell what you're seeing.
Yeah, like if it's
I mean?
if you think it's
there's
like
a fucking
or some shit
ping up in the fucking air, you probably know it's like a cam of some sort.
Like think of like bank, right? Bank basement. You're just gonna sit on the long angle when they go for plant and shoot the smokes out the air, so you can't deny them. And that it takes like what, 2 seconds, maybe 3 seconds to recharge. So I think it's like a 2-second reload. So you shoot one, can't turn that on. And if obviously it depends on the enemy team's coordination. Not gonna throw a smoke and a C4 at the same time. But if you you deny the smoke, he's in constant, he's popped it, it's not going off. Okay, need a C4. You'll probably be up by then to shoot the C4 or they turn it off again. But I just think the op is gonna have. Oh.
I think I will say one thing about Thatcher is if we're ranking based on rank, like in ranked. I could see making the case for Thatcher being A because by itself, Thatcher is probably not great. If you're like in a stack and you're coordinated, I think it's like very useful.
Definitely.
But you're not just like solo playing Thatcher. You kind of would be fucking like people would ain't nobody working with you on that, you know?
Okay, we'll leave him as here then. All right, well, Thermite has 3 breaches now.
Thermite's S.
Shotgun.
It'll get banned. Like Club Labs are the 2 that I think of immediately. I just think that Thermite's gonna get fucking banned all the time because 3, like Thermite has a really good gun, obviously, and now having 3 breaches, it's kind of broken.
Thorn, put Thorn at
like C. Put it with Alibi and Frost.
Yeah. T-Bird, but it's probably
Put that shit with Doc.
Yeah.
Actually, put that with put Thunderbird with Cav down there, just like on the bottom. Yeah, we're leaving the big boys by themselves.
Fair enough. T-Brow at A. Well, if you think about it,
I think Tube is S.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, so if you watch Brazil Pro League, a thing they do that's interesting is even if they're not like playing it for wall denial, they'll literally roam with Tube because Tube can like slow shields and shit like that. So they'll just like use the tubes to slow people clearing them, and they have the C4 and DMR's insane.
Well,
so
Tube also counters almost every gadget in the game. Like, so like not only is his gun insane and he has a C4 like it's saying, he can counter almost every single gadget. I will say though, if you don't know, he cannot counter glaz. Like if you throw it on his scope can still see, he just loses the reticle. But he's still an insane operator.
Yeah. Twitch probably the same tier as like the drone ops, right?
I think that's fine.
Good for
maybe like,
goyos.
I think maybe a bit better because of the DMR, but also utility is like a bit more limited for Twitch. So I think it's like fine in that group of Brava Flores.
She doesn't have, I don't think she doesn't have raging charges, right? She has claymores and
smoke clay.
Smokes, yeah. If she did, that'd be pretty nuts. Valkyrie, A.
Obviously easily countered, but when you're not countering it or you're not dealing with it, it's pretty fucking annoying.
Yeah. What'd y'all say? A or S?
I think A is good.
Valkyrie, yeah, A, yeah.
I bet. Vigil gets counters everyone except for.
So I think Vigil is A.
So it could be A.
But I will say Vigil will be buffed by them removing the limb damage because now the boss G is going to be broken again because you can boss G people's legs and kill them or down them.
Okay, we'll put him like pretty high then. Well, my same tier as Jager.
Yeah, I think Wamai's A. I would say B, but because they gave Wamai the shotgun, you actually can like make more cases to play Wamai than maybe you normally would. So I think that kind of gives it like a little bit of playability.
Warden S tier, right?
I think Warden's S tier. Yeah, that's the
Just
dog.
frag potential, man.
Well, with the amount of cheese that people run too in Pro League, it's almost like on a lot of sites, it's like a must run. People will ban it even.
Last three, we got Ying. Secondary pistol, but nothing too crazy. It's like A. Or
I think
S.
it's like high A, low S. I would put high A.
Okay,
but
good.
Ying's very strong. People recently love the shotgun with Ying, flying in and mowing people down. But yeah, obviously like a super annoying op to play against though. Another one of those ops that's better as a team than you just run around individually with Ying. People can play off the Ying. It's better than you just doing your own thing.
Zero. B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there are cases for Zero sometimes, but there's just a lot of ops you're running over Zero.
And last one we have here is Zofia. I'm gonna see if I can end it off strong. I'm gonna put Zofia high B.
Yeah, I think
I'd
B's
say-
right for Zo.
Finally.
I'd say high B, low A. How about that? I like Zoe personally, but I think she's too slow.
Yeah, she's.
And I mean, she's not. I don't think she has breaches anymore. It's like cans and clays. So like, again,
I think
like,
if we're
I think
just
it's like a
running
zero.
with the ideology of like in A lot of those ops, you could find a way to play most of the time. And then in S, it's like if that op is up, you're almost always playing it. B is more dependent on, I think, what you're attacking. Like Zoe, obviously, let's say bandit's up and you need to go under. Zoe's obviously like people are gonna fucking run bandit, or sorry, run Zoe to like, you know, kind of get the bandit off the wall if Now's banned. So I think that goes more to like this, depending on what's going on in the game.
All right, that is our finished list. Any last changes? Anything you want to look at? Debates? Let me see if
I think you can move Nomad down to A.
chat any rebuttals.
And if I'm looking at A, I think you could move Lion to B probably. And then I think you could move, yeah, I think that's fine probably.
Yeah, people are mad about Frost being an S or C, but
Frost is butt, bro. Like, what is their argument that Frost is good?
I mean, in
Frost-
ranked, I could see the Frost mats being good, but like
yeah,
in comp, the gun is like, the gun shoots so slow and has not great damage. It's just like ass. Like you will, in
550.
comp, you will get fucking fried against good players.
Yeah, DMR,
in
2-hit kill.
gunfights.
yeah.
Like util wise and like shotgun, I think it's useful. You're getting fried in gunfights.
Okay,
So,
so
like,
in perspective, Frost has the second slowest fire rate gun in the game while also doing 36 damage. A DMR is doing 69 damage and is shooting 3 bullets before you get off 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just auto lose. Like ACOG, great operator. Like you know,
Bikini
I
eyes
was
are
a
leaving
Frost
Primal.
crutch. No ACOG, trying to hold long angle from office to library on chalet is the worst feeling ever.
All right, bet. I think this is complete. So
we did it.
yeah, we did it. I think this is a pretty balanced list. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, there's a lot of why there's so much S and A, but like I don't think it needs to be that scarce. And I think there's just so many good operas. Like the state of the game right now.
There's
for
a
the past
lot of
few
good
years.
ops, and you have to remember too that like 3
Yeah,
ops are
get
getting banned every game, right? And you have to remember that like you're still not playing every op. It depends on, you can't, like, I will say this, if you're looking at this list and it's like you're looking at S, you don't want to just pick like all 5 ops in S, because it will still matter on what you're banning in the game, right? Like if the other team bans Maverick and I don't know, like Maverick Therm, you probably need to ban Cade and Bandit, or you're gonna like, then all the fucking breaches are useless. So you have to think about what you're bringing based on the game. That's why it's Siege.
Even with these
It's not
operators,
just point blank.
we still have 8 attackers and 8 defenders. So with what you said, like 3 get banned, there's still 5 in there that are most likely going to be picked majority of the time. And then as you said, you mix and match. It's like you don't just see 5 operators in that tab and they work at every single site like perfectly. That's not how the game works. It's never intended like that. Like, you're required to think.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, just to clear up all the fucking. I mean, people are gonna cry in the comments no matter what. But honestly, W video. Both y'all, thank y'all for coming out. And Richie and Svet is stepping out for these. If you want to do these again, I usually have you super all the time, so I figured you guys have same ideologies since you're on the same team.
Yeah, sounds good. You said what about Fed?
He used to do it with here, but I think he's been taking a small break. So if he's not here next season, then I usually get like at least 2 different pros in here. This is kind of bounce ideas and shit.